Students, today we are going to study the first chapter of the history, Understanding Modern Indian History. Let's recall the definition of the history. It is the branch of knowledge that records and analyzes the events and happening in the past. We have seen that historians have divided the history into the three parts: ancient, medieval and modern. The modern period is based on the British period. We all know history is divided into the three different parts on the basis of social, cultural and economical changes as well as some of the common characteristics. James Mill in 1817 published a massive volume of the history. He divided Indian history into Hindu, Muslim and British period. The modern British history period starts after the death of the Aurangzeb, that is after the 1707. The modern history period was linked with the growth of forces of modernity like democracy, science, reason, liberty and equality. This is how it is different from the medieval period. Historians use the term colonial to refer to this British period. First, let's understand the term colonization. Colonization is a process of subjugation of one country by another, which leads to political, economic and social and cultural changes in the conquered country. Even they exploit the sources present in that country. You know students, dates are very important in the history. History, some dates and events as a landmark because of the long-lasting impact it creates. It is a collection of historical facts would be useless pile of information unless the events were arranged chronologically. And you know what do you mean by the chronologically? It is the events arranged according to it happens in the ascending order. Certain dates around which we build up our history, that is the study of the past, becomes vital when we focus on a particular story of the past. To study the history, we need the sources of modern history. There are the different sources available for the modern history. First is the British administrative records, second is the survey records and monuments and towns. The first source of modern history is British administrative records. British maintained strict control over it. The National Archive of India was established in New Delhi in the year 1920. It contained government orders, legal acts, letters written by Indian nationalist leaders to each other, court proceedings, farmans and old books. National Museum in New Delhi and other museums across the country have played an important role in reconstructing the history of this period. Another source is surveying. There are two types of the survey carried out by the Britishers. Britishers believe that to rule any country, you must understand that country first. So they carried out the two types of the survey. First is the revenue survey. It is about the land, topography, products, type of the soil and taxation system. And another is the census survey. It gives the information on distribution of the population and size of people, caste, region, occupation and many other things. Census survey is done after every 10 years. Like the other sources, monuments and towns also provide valuable information for writing the history. Victoria Memorial in Calcutta, Victoria Terminus in Mumbai, Fort William in Calcutta, Rashtrapati Bhavan are some of the important buildings constructed during the British Raj. So student, all the above sources provide the information for the history. But do you think that they are exact sources? So no. They try to favor and highlight the viewpoint of the government and administration. but they totally ignore common people's viewpoints, their feelings, expectations, and their happiness. For that, we need to look to the other sources such as biographies, novels, travelers' accounts, and poems. Here, travelers' accounts is also known as the travelogues. Vincent Smith and Max Muller wrote exclusively about history and culture of India along with the Indian philosophy. So student, we understand from this chapter how the modern history period is divided and which period is known as the modern history. So that is after the death of the Aurangzeb. It is known as the British period. We understand the term colonization, as well as we come to know about the sources of the modern history, that is British administrative records, surveying, monuments and towns, and many other records like the poems, autobiographies and the biographies. Students, I hope you understood the concept of the modern Indian history and its sources. In the next chapter, we will continue on the basis of the sources and we will get the lot of information of modern history. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, study well. Goodbye.